Welcome you guys to this session. Disclaimer right now, I don't know if you can hear it, but it is noisy outside my house. Tuesdays, I forgot, is the day where my property manager has them come around and cut the grass, which to me, every damn Tuesday, it needs to be cut. I don't think so, but people gotta make their money. So they're around some of the other homes over here, but they might make their way over to mine, and once they do, if it gets too loud, I'll just pause until they're done. But I had to start now. This reading has been sitting here for a couple of days, and I was just waiting like for a time where all my kids were sleeping, so y'all didn't have to hear the background noise from the kids or me not being fully focused. But they're all asleep, and now these people are cutting grass. So I said, I don't know. And I'm getting the feeling of a collective vibe of it is what it is. Like, just feeling like, I don't want to say hopeless, but feeling like having to make do with what is. I'm clearing the space's energy so we could get fresh perspective today. Yeah, they're making their way closer to my house now. But there's just a sense of, I've been trying at something, it's giving to an extent, but it's not giving what I feel it should be giving. And it could be, and this could be in love, this could be for money, this could be career not flowing in a way that by now it should be. And like, what could be the explanation other than, if you were drawn to this reading, something karmic you still have to fix. So I decided to tap into your past lifetime timeline and find out how to either create better karma or release bad karma, so love, money, and careers will flow easier. Because it has to be something karmic you're in the last stages of clearing right now. If you were drawn to this reading, you're in like the last stage of clearing some karmic energy. And for some of you, you might have done all your karmic clearing, but there's a karmic person that's still in your energy that you have to figure out, why or how to deal with this. So that once this is all cleared up, the floodgates of opportunity for you in money, career, and relationships will just rush in, So we're going to find out today what that is. We have 5 piles today, and they're going to be selected by the top card, which I have not looked at yet, so this should be fun. First, I'm going to take 4 deep grounding breaths, in through the mouth and out through the mouth, in gratitude for this life, this air. Take a deep breath in, connecting to the earth's energy beneath your feet and at the base of your spine. Exhale. Relaxing. Feel yourself relaxing from the top of your head, down your spine, all the way down to your feet. Breathe in. Filling up with that light, loving energy of Mama Earth. Exhale. Connecting to your guides so that you can receive all the messages meant for you today. Breathe in. Feeling gratitude for this air that is readily available for you at every moment of your life. Exhale. Release any worries, any stresses, any fears, any guilt, any shame. Let them go. Be present in this moment. Everything is good. Take a deep breath in. Maintaining the mindset that in this moment, everything is good. Exhale. Knowing you are covered, you're safe, you're protected, and you're being guided at all times by your spirit team and by your inner compass. Okay. So let's take a look at what these piles are. I'm excited. All right, so for pile 1, we have this little chunk of marble. And something missing. For pile 2, we have this piece of moonstone and shaman. Pile 3 with this chunk of green fluorite crystal and success. Pile 4, we have this quartz crystal wand. And I have to acknowledge that it does have a golden healing quartz at the base where it did grow. Okay, and addictions. And pile 5, we have this like citrine arrowhead crystal and Archangel Metatron. So you can pause the video here if you still need some time to meditate on which card is calling to you, which crystal is calling to you. In the meantime, I'll be back with pile number 1. Hey, pile 1, you were drawn to this green chunk of marble and something missing, intimacy or fertility issues. I'm gonna put this to the side. Okay, so let's dive right into this. This pile here, you may be here due to feeling like things don't flow very well when it comes to your relationships. And that's romantic relationships, yeah, most likely, but it could also include relationships with friends and coworkers, maybe something you struggled with in this lifetime. And now you're at a point where it's like all is well, but it's like it's still not flowing, you know. So let's take a look. I can tell you now, this is no, we'll get to it because this is a past lifetime card. So it already lets me know that in past lifetimes, the problem that you may have encountered a lot or generationally even in your lineage in this lifetime could be issues with becoming intimate with a person or fertility. All right, so let's find out, how do you create some better karma? So we have the peacemaker, persistent patience. The shaman, that's interesting. You may need to listen to pile 2 as well. Trust the path. I did 3. I thought I did 2 for these. Jumbie, total disruption. So for you, my pal ones, this does feel generational. This feels like an issue that is not just a past lifetime, but in this lifetime for generations, there may have been relationships that just did not make it. Maybe you didn't have good examples of strong relationships. Maybe there were issues with being able to have children. Um, but just maintaining strong bonds has and revealing intimate aspects of self is something that you are meant to change. So if you want to create better karma, you need to totally disrupt, totally change the mindset. And I feel like there's a mindset that has been continuous that is the cause of the intimacy issues. It could be that being vulnerable is a weakness. It could be that, you know, don't give love to people because you're always going to get hurt. There's just a mindset that seems to have be following you that totally needs to be cut out. And when that happens, things will begin to flow. Um, I feel like there's an aspect of yourself you need to work on right now when it comes to communication and trusting that you're being guided to the relationships that are meant for you. I feel like for this pal as well, maybe you've tried to make things work with people that it just was not destined. Friendships, relationships, you might have just not trusted where you were being guided. And maybe there were those that were drawn to you or brought towards you that you kind of shunned the moment they showed you something that you were like, I don't know, no, 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 no. And you went running. And they're saying they have been helping you to create better karma by bringing people who have better karma towards you. And for some reason, I guess because this total disruption hasn't taken place, where maybe you've been lowering your worth or feeling like somebody was the best you could get. I'm not saying that's your case. I'm saying examples. Um, you've been missing out on the goodies that your guides, and it looks like ancestrally, are guiding you to. This pile here gives me strong starseed energy as well as a deep connection to African ancestors. Okay, just something you might want to think of. Egyptian ancestry as well as West African. I'm getting. Yeah, even Caribbean, this pal here. So, yeah, you might find that your relationships thrive with people who are um, Caribbean, West Indian, Latino, Hispanic, African, that type. But anyway, there's something about you learning at this time how to be patient with yourself and with others. And that puts you in an energy of attracting in more peaceful relationships. All right. So let's see. Should you release this? Is it karma you need to release? Because right now it just feels like a mindset. But let's see. So you have the royal you. So this is letting me know that you do have a royal past lifetime and that it's time for you now to step into it. So I am hearing you need to release a belief that you are less than this, that you are less than royal. You have to start to see yourself in the way that you want to be treated, is what I'm hearing, relationship wise. So some of you may be the ones that needed to learn more peaceful, more compassionate conversation, more vulnerability, and others of you may have been the ones that were faced with this, like mirrored this back to you, dealing with people who lack compassion, who did not show any sort of sensitivity. Um, yeah, people with bad tempers and stuff like that. You also have a powerful move. Yeah. So some of you may actually be in relationships that are karmic right now, or are dealing with people who are karmic, who are meant to show you how you want to be treated and how you deserve to be treated. Okay. And it's time to make a powerful move where you kind of show these people you're not going to be around if you're not going to be treated or respected in the way you deserve. So for some of you, there are relationships you need to release at this time. Okay. But for a lot of you, I feel like mindsets. Let's see. Take a closer look. Oh, they're coming closer to my house to cut the grass. That almost gives me a symbolic feeling for you that, yeah, there are people you need to cut off. Not even just a person for some of you. All right. You have personal guide, guardian angel, spirit family. That's what's coming through for you right now. Your soul tribe is being called in, but right now it's starting first in the spirit realm. Your spirit team is coming together, and they're saying, we've been personally guiding you, so you have to trust the path. Okay, there's a mistrust in the guidance that's coming up twice. Okay, Archangel Zachiel, I don't know why you mistrust. You have so much energy helping you right now. Self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. And there you have it. Everything I just said. Yeah. So there's a need for you to clear your heart. There's a need for you to forgive. There's a need for you to seek more compassionate relationships by also sparking that compassion within yourself for others. Ooh, I'm so mad at this lawnmower. But this pile here, y'all got people to cut off, man. Because they were not by my house until I got into this session. All right, well, what will come in once you've cleared this karma? Because for you, it really just feels like a mindset shift and some relationships that need to be released, at least until they know how to better treat you, the royal you. Okay? Courage. You'll find that you will not be afraid of new relationships. You won't be afraid to trust where you're being guided. And your talent will flourish. There's something about the relationships you keep that get in the way of gifts and talents. Some of you here are dancers or artists of some kind. And when you have relationships that are disruptive in your life, they shift your focus, they block your creativity, and they take you out. Why? Because they take you outside of yourself. They take you outside of your heart center. When you're not in your heart center, you can't access your gifts and your talents. And therefore, there's a need for you to make a powerful move, stepping into your royal energy, disrupting things that just have been allowed to continue, and trust that you're being guided towards the people that are meant to be with you at this time. Yeah, trust the guidance, trust the guidance, trust the guidance. That's all I keep hearing. Um, yeah, have compassion for yourself, but also for others, because even as you may have to release some people, I'm hearing forgive them as they only are being to you the way you were allowing them to be towards you. You are accepting the treatment. So you can't look at these people and say, oh, they were horrible. You have to find that compassion. You have to find forgiveness. But courage is coming in. And I feel like a big opportunity for many of you that's going to take courage. One that, is really, really going to access your gifts and your talents. I feel like it's going to put a spotlight on you. Yeah. So your next step, something missing, is that special someone, that special friend, that special love. And that is because you have to clear this karmic energy. However, your next step is to be open to receiving that which is missing. Because I feel like it's right there, but it's someone that you've already kind of rejected. Yeah, you might have already rejected this person, or been rejected by them if you're a masculine. Depending on what you consider yourself. If you're a masculine, this person has rejected you already, but persistent patience is going to bring them back around to you. If you're a feminine energy, you've already kind of turned this person down or cut them off or put them in your mind as they are not the one. Most likely that's the one. All right, that's what's missing. That's what I got for you, my pal ones. Very informative, straight to the point reading. I hope that this resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe. Always read the description, tells you about all the ways we can further connect, as far as my private Facebook group where I'm live every weekend with the weekly forecast and other workshops that I offer you may be interested in. Sending you so much light and love in your journey. Peace. Here comes the tractor. Well, tractor, lawnmower. Blessings. And all those goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. I'll be back with Pal 2. See. Really quickly, my Pal ones, I kind of forgot about your marble here. And it was like in my mind when I first started your Pal, and then I forgot all about it. When I first started your Pal with the marble, the first thing I felt was strong foundation. That's what you need. Marble is very strong, solid foundation, something concrete, something that feels strong. That's what's missing. And I feel like your next step is that a strong foundation is coming in, a home life, an intimate relationship, a friendship, a soul community, something to that extent. And that heart chakra work will help you open up to receive this more quickly. All right, wear some green. All right, sending you light and love again, my ones. See ya. Hey, Pal 1. Ooh, 2. You know what's crazy? I think I called y'all Pal 1 because they got a card in their group called the Shaman as well. So many of you from Pal 1 have got to be here right now because I literally did not mean to call y'all Pal 1. Hey, Pal 2. All right, this is 2 energy. You were drawn to the Shaman, healing energy, and the Moonstone. So I'm already feeling that you've had past lifetimes as a shaman, using energy to heal, using the earth, knowing about different things, medicines and healing abilities, tapping into these gifts other people did not. Now, what I'm also feeling from you is that perhaps in these past lifetimes you were not openly accepted. I feel like in some of them, you were held at such high esteem that right now you cannot understand, like, why aren't people getting you? And then in other lifetimes, you were like taken out and or abused because of this mindset. And so some of you are dimming your light out of fear that extends from this past lifetime experience. So let's find out how you create some better karma. Let me take a sip of water though. Okay. So you want to create some better karma. What is like the primary things that need to be done? We have Father of Fire, passion ignited. My dear, immediately they're saying there's a need for you to step into your passion. That if you are feeling called to learning any healing arts, any holistic healing, any metaphysical knowledge in sciences, mysticism, um, things like that, you need to be doing it. It's like there's something that's calling to your passion that you're not going after, and it stems from past lifetimes that's holding you back. I feel like you're really a boss or a master or a leader at this. Like, this is your thing. It sets you on fire, but there's something keeping you from jumping right in. Creature of air, speed. This is like the Knight of Swords. Yeah. You're meant to be showing up and showing out at this time. You're meant to be heard. You want to create better karma? Step into your purpose. Speak up and quickly. My God, quickly. Look at all this fire. Root of fire. Risk it all. Oh my God, my twos. If your ancestors didn't come right out, and this feels like straight up West African energy coming through for you. I'm also getting some Atlantean or starseed energy for this pile, but I'm always gonna feel star seeds because y'all. All right, now this guy's over here blowing the grass. Oh my God. Pile 2 had the lawnmower going around. You guys got the guy walking around my house just blowing grass, and his is loud. Like, he's loud, loud. Let me pause. Okay. I pray he didn't wake up no kids. Ugh. All right. So anyway, as I was saying, Pile 2, how do you create better karma? You step into your power. You step into alignment with what you're meant to do. You are meant to heal. You are meant to be a community leader. You are meant to be of service to the people in some way, and they need you now. It's like almost like your ancestors are urgently saying, let's go. You know what it is you feel called to do. Why aren't you doing it? Your voice is needed in some way. For some of you, it's your voice, it's what you have to say, or what you are supposed to teach. And then for others of you, it is some kind of character building or shift in energy, cleansing. The fire is just making me feel like cleansing. So maybe some of you are meant to help people transform some part of themselves or aspects of their lives. Whatever it is time. Okay, so my pal twos, you probably have been feeling the most strongest urgency to step into alignment with your calling, because it feels like here your ancestors are like, let's go. They're not playing with you. All right, so how do you release anything, the last thing that could be in the way of you stepping into this energy? We have opening to discovery. I really feel like you need to some kind of realization that the things that you've endured in your past will not repeat, or in past lifetimes. It's time for you to be open to discover some new energy, to let some new energy in. And in perfect harmony. That's card number 11. That's a master number. And you have 34 twice. 34 and 34. That's 7, 7. Wow. Okay. So we got some very powerful spiritual energy here. Spiritual manifesting energy here. All right. How do you release this last thing? Well, for you guys, the release comes emotionally. Power one, it felt mental, mindset shift. You guys, it feels like emotions have been suppressed. A fear of risk, a fear of actually stepping into your passion, being seen, being heard. I feel like there's a need for you to get connected to source a little more. Let me take a look really quick at card 11. It's calling to me. I don't know why. Yeah, togetherness, healthy and harmonious partnerships, commitment to a relationship, collaboration with others, interdependence. So yeah, this is a time of healthy, harmonious partnerships. The first thing I thought when I saw harmony was collaborations. So, I guess working with people who are better for your energy. I feel like maybe in the past you've collaborated with people who were in your way. This pile here feels like career. It's what's been slow. That's where you need the flow. Pile one, it was relationships. This pile feels like your career. Know that you're bringing different gifts to the table. You don't have to be in exact lockstep with everyone else. Being your authentic self actually brings you into alignment with others. So there is a need for you to release any facades of who you are and really step into who you truly are, because that way you're going to draw into you those that are meant to be in your energy, working with you at this time. All right? Your ancestors are saying to have no fear. Okay? Be honest and be willing to heal. And this is a very fortunate time for you, because you're at a point where you're going to be attracting in those that are best for you in progressing your career. So be open also. We're opening to discovery. I'm hearing be open to careers or jobs that you did not see yourself doing or didn't that aren't exactly what you had in mind. Because what's coming in for you is what's exactly harmonious with your life, that will flow with your life. Maybe you're someone who needs to work from home. Maybe you're someone who has to be in nature. Maybe you're somebody who has certain restrictions. You know, you have kids. You need whatever is coming in, the collaboration, it's all going to be um, for the benefit of you and those you love. So you have to be open to it coming in a way that maybe you didn't plan or expect. All right, so what could it be? What could be the mindset or the emotional shift that my Paltus need? Sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. So I do feel like that perhaps the things that you've gone through or the feelings that you've been suppressing are your sensitive side. And there's a need to balance your sensitivity and your strength. Either you're showing your sensitivity to the point where you're not being seen as this force that you truly are, or you're showing so much of this force, your sensitivity is not being heard or felt. So there is a need to go within and balance sensitivity with strength and realize that they're both a part of being courageous and strong. They're both needed. Okay? Oh wow. Journey guide. You have another double, 22. Ain't that something? And another 3. 3, 34, 34, 23. It's something about 3. 12 is 3. Maybe in the next 3 days. Next 3 weeks or next 3 months, something is going to shift in your career drastically. 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. Mark my words. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of threes. And here you have another master number 22, journey guide. Travel, change in location. This is what is also in the way. Wherever you're living right now is no longer in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing as far as your career. And so there's a need for you to move, my pal twos. I hate to say that, but if you've just settled somewhere, but your guides are saying you need to move, that's for the majority of you. The other small percentage of you, there's a need for you to travel. Your career requires you to travel, and this might be for all of you. There's an aspect of your career that requires you to be open to travel. And if at this time you're afraid of flying, you don't have a passport, you have fears of going to foreign lands, that's also going to stop your career flow. Okay? So once you clear this and you get into alignment with all this fiery energy you got here, what will come in? Grieving. You'll finally be able to transform this grief. I feel like an aspect of yourself has to die at this time. And so, along with it, so do certain friendships and partnerships and maybe jobs. I feel like a career you really, really had your heart set on, you're going to discover that your passion is better used somewhere else. And there may be a period of grieving. I feel like for some of you that have been doing the same thing for a very long time. Others of you, I see a transformation happening when it comes to grief. If you've been spending a lot of time grieving, those you've had to let go of, jobs you've had to leave behind, things that didn't work out, collaborations that failed, that is going to finally shift you out of this energy of grieving. You see this archway, this doorway, you're finally going to step through and embrace the changes that are coming in thanks to the things that were released. I also see in a small portion of you being called to work with those who have trouble allowing themselves to grieve losses. Yeah, take note. That's a side note. Also, career. Ain't that crazy? I said this is the pile of career. I didn't even know that this deck had a card that said career. Well, there's your confirmation. What will come in once you get this karma together? Your career. Look at that rainbow. It's just going to grow. and be prosperous and attract so many followers and people and supporters. Oh my God, what do you do, Pal 2? Are you a healer? But I do see this being a part of your career, possibly helping people to go through some kind of transformation where they maybe feel in the dark and you're going to be that beacon of light. So, what's your next step? Either get into a workshop where you could complete some healing, get into a workshop where you can get certified and learn some healing attributes, or if you've already done that, get to work using them. Okay? It's time. You're meant to be out there healing, purifying the world with whatever it is you have to say, or whatever it is however you're meant to inspire. Wow. Some of you are meant to do retreats. I see with this travel here. But I feel a lot of you are Reiki healers, musicians. Some of you might do sound healing. That might be your career. Um, yeah, a lot of you are entrepreneurs and bosses. I'm getting poets as well, spoken word though, more so actors. Um, yeah, but whatever it is you do, you're meant to do it in a way that it helps to heal others, other beings on this planet. And that's what I got for you, my pal two's beautiful reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe and always read the description. It tells you about how to meet me in my private Facebook group every week for my live weekly forecast, as well as how to join any of my upcoming workshops. I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. And I'll be back with Pile 3. See, I did it again. Why do I keep forgetting the crystals? Maybe because I added them to the reading segment at the last minute. My Pile 2s. Um, you had the Moonstone. This was a part of your past lifetime read and the next step. The Moonstone just lets me know that you are very, very connected to the moon. So pay attention to the phases of the moon, and that you're very emotionally based. So your best work when it comes to your career is going to come from when you're in a great emotional state, feeling really happy. Um, Even if you do work where you have to pull from past bad memories, your emotional state will be one that is elated. It'll be like taking a glance back at some photos and then focusing on forward again. There's also something calling you to the mysticism. So you may, your next step may really be to study some new spirituality that you're feeling drawn to. But yeah, I feel like you're gonna be shining. Maybe it was the dark of the moon for you for a while, and now it's like full moon illumination. So that's what I got for you, my twos. I'm so sorry about that again. See ya. Hey, pal 3. Welcome to your session. You were drawn to the card of success, personal or professional achievement, and the green fluorite chunk. Alrighty. So I'm getting two things for this pal. I feel like you come from past lifetimes where either you've had so much freaking success like that now you're like, where is it? Or you constantly were very close and then it wouldn't happen. So this is giving me the energy of money, and a car just sped off like crazy just now. Um, I feel like this pal here, maybe you're doing too much too fast. Like either you're spending too fast, you're trying to do too many different things to make money at one time. There's a fear around money. Usually the green fluorite gives me heart chakra energy, but it's giving me money. And it could also be heart wounds around money. Maybe you need to do healing work around your relationship with money, because green fluorite is also for emotional healing, clarity, and it promotes you finding your purpose. Okay. So I feel like this pal, maybe you're struggling to find exactly what you are called to do. that will bring you the success and the money that you seek. And because of that, maybe you're jumping into a lot of things a little too quickly. Let me drink some water. Trying to find that one thing that's going to bring you success or money. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so how do you create better karma? The goddess circle, wheel of change. So this is literally just telling me there's karmic energy around money that's shifting right now. This is like the wheel of fortune. So maybe you do come right in this lifetime, you've been feeling like you just can't seem to hang on to your money, but your past lifetimes and your lineage is showing that you come from wealth. And this is, I think most of you have had past lifetimes where you were very successful. And now in this one, there are lessons you needed to learn that you didn't learn in those lifetimes where things came so easily that now you're like, where is the money? Show me the money. All right, but it's coming in. Things are changing. Things are changing. There's just something karmic, literally, that you're working through or you have worked through. Well, let's see. Father God, radical truth. And, wait, I'd like to see the numbers. Okay. And the patriarch, unapologetic. Wow. Okay. How do you create better karma? Well, some of you have relationships to mend with father figures. That's very karmic. Yeah, 4 and 4 and 4. This pile, you got 4 as your number. So whatever is going to come in once this karma is cleared is going to come in the next 4 days, 4 weeks, or 4 months. Okay, remember that. But yeah, there is something karmic when it comes to fathers. If you are masculine, if you're a father, you have either a mending to do with your father, or you as a father have some things to mend with you and your children. But this is just giving me father energy, that this pile here, there's some issue around money due to the father. I do feel like some of you maybe were raised by a father who believed certain types of work or careers were the ones that would bring in prosperity and honor to your family. That's what I'm feeling here. And maybe you had a father that had no problem stating that they didn't agree with what you were doing, or trying to guide you towards the colleges they wanted you to go to and how they felt you can make money. And they never really looked at your gift or your talent as a way to make money. Or maybe you didn't go to school and they wanted you to go to college. It's just something with pleasing the father that you have to heal. Maybe you felt like you disappointed your dad. Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your dad and that bothers you. Maybe you don't want a relationship with a father figure in your life and that bothers you. Whatever the case is, there is issues with a masculine energy in your life. Baby daddy, father, uncle, grandpa, stepdad, adopted father, whatever it may be. It's a father issue, okay? And it has something to do with the mindset that this masculine has or has put into your energy as to how money comes in and the importance of it. I feel like maybe you've had masculines, or you've been a masculine who was raised to believe that prosperity and honor of the family is the end all be all. Yeah. Your father or masculine figure in your life plays a humongous part, baby daddy, whatever, in your issues with clearing the karma for your money to flow in. Okay? Heal those wounds and you'll heal your wound with money. Maybe you felt like your father used you. I used to feel like that. Like my father would call me when he felt like it would benefit him. So that could be it as well. Maybe some of you helped your fathers or masculines in your life with money and it bothers you. There's something with that's changing now. Okay, so either you're going to be working on this now, or something's just going to happen where the energy is going to shift between you and that energy. Okay? I hope that made sense. So, do you need to release this? Like, what do you need to release? A tall tale. All right. So, some of you have father figures or masculines, could be husbands, baby daddies in your life, ex-husbands, whatever, that have you believing a certain thing about yourself. Maybe that what you are doing would never bring success, or you're only going to reach a certain level of success, or there's something about a story that was told to you about you that you believed and now need to release. Waking the lion, yeah. It's like whatever they had you believing that you accepted about yourself kind of made you dim your light and settle. I'm hearing for this power, like kind of settling, like this is the best I can do. And you might have done the same thing in relationships at one point. That's for a small group of you. But I really feel like settling when it came to your worth and value. So that can spill over into relationships. But I'm feeling like if you did a service, accepting chump change, knowing that what you did was worth so much more. There's a need now to wake up this whatever was holding down the lion within you. It's time to wake it up. And it feels like it's these tall tales, these lies, these stories that you were made to believe that you were not as fierce as you really are. You also have wisdom of the magi, mental clarity. That's what's needed at this time. You need to realize that you have the ability to manifest, okay? And maybe the masculine or whoever was feeding you otherwise hasn't tapped in to that. So they're going to give you a different mindset that could kind of suppress the magic within you. But now it's time to release this told tale so you can have mental clarity and tap into your inner wisdom and start manifesting beneath the surface, hidden truths, something unknown. So there's things that you may not know in regards to the situation, and maybe that they don't know in regards to your situation. Um, but at this point, it feels like anything hidden beneath the surface needs to come to the surface now. So if there's anything you need to express, you need to say to any masculines in your life, it needs to be said now. If there is any truths or anything that you want to know, it's time to step into that. Whatever will bring you mental clarity, that's what you need to go for at this time, so that your mind can be clear and your heart can be open to let in the money, the abundance that wants to come in. Okay? Because you have the wheel of change. So there's meant to be a change in your finances at this time, in your fortune. So what will come in once you've cleared this karma? Freedom. You'll no longer feel trapped in the energy of lack. You'll no longer feel like you're less of value. You'll feel free from whatever was keeping you stuck in the energy of this masculine, this authority figure, father, or whatever. Yeah, you'll be free. And it's going to be such a light, airy feeling. You'll feel like maybe things you haven't been saying, feeling stifled. You'll just feel like you can speak your mind and you can enjoy the beauty around you. And it's just some worries that may have been tied into that energy too that will be cleared. Blessings. Just literally blessings. You clear this karma, I see money coming to you immediately. Like you just being like, oh my God, coming from places you didn't even expect. Like maybe even rewards or inheritances or bonuses or gifts and grants. And yeah, you're going to feel free. Because whatever this karmic energy is, it is kind of, they're showing it to me like a horse with someone holding the reins and pulling the horse back from speeding ahead. Once you are free of those reins, the blessings are going to just pour right in. So what's your next step? Success, personal or professional achievement. is to focus on when you've been successful in your past, where you have had successes. All right. It's to also try not to look so far into the future and look at the now, the present, for what you can do to shift your a relationship with money. I feel like many of you need to be in courses that assist you with that, like how he has this diagram here that's helping him to see more clearly. Many of you are very connected to the moon, just like the last pile. But I feel like this one, it's more moon goddess like energy, or star, very bright star seed energy all through this reading today. But anyway, I get that you're very old spirit, and you may have a masculine energy about you. Maybe you spent lifetimes as a man. But I just feel like your next step now is to plan um how to improve your relationship with money. All right, and to mark and write down the things you've done that were successful. All right, your emotions really need some healing. I feel like there's a beef between you and money, and I feel like also when you are finally stepping into your calling is when you're going to see the money flow. I feel like this pile here, you're like on the cusp of your magic, of tapping fully in. Like the lion is just waking up. I'm going to read that card. Waking the lion. I feel like there's something there that will inspire you. So the concepts of that card are boldness, the courage to move forward even without knowing the way, facing that which is difficult or painful, the audacity to step into the unknown. Regardless of the outer conditions, right now you can't wait for your fear to lessen before you move forward. In fact, despite the chaos and seeming disarray, you must be bold. Whatever your trepidation, act as if you have deep trust that all will be well. Whatever your choice, you will not fail as long as you act with courage and integrity. Wow. And it really speaks of having the courage and the power to choose your own path. Don't let the mindsets and ideas of others be instilled in you from their experiences, and step into your own. Wow, that's what I got for you, my pal threes. Interesting. I hope this resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe. Always read the description. Tells you about how you can book a personal reading, join one of my workshops, as well as find me live every week in my private Facebook group with the weekly vibe. And on that note, I'm sending you so much love and light on your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. And I'll be back with Pal 4. See ya. Hey, Pal 4. Welcome to your session. Now, if you came to this pal, I'll say one thing about you. You're very honest with yourself. You're somebody who's not gonna pussyfoot around things. You're gonna be straight up. You're gonna be honest. You're gonna be real. And most people, they might have looked at this card and said, addictions. Not choosing it. But something in you said, that's my pal, and you were drawn here. Okay? First off, it lets me know that you come from a family line or past lifetime lineage of addictions, reactive behaviors, and reclaiming your power. So it does let me know that there has been healing, though, that it's that there's been different kinds of addictions that you have seen people reclaim their power from, not necessarily fail, or maybe you have had people in your life that got strung out on addictions and their life went to shit. This is giving me the energy of you seeing people come build themselves back up from being down. And I find this to be something that may inspire you. But this doesn't necessarily mean addictions to drugs. It could be alcohol, it could be luxury and money, gambling, foods, uh, relationships with different women and men. So let's see. And you also have this quartz crystal. This lets me know you're very clear. You're clear on your direction. Like, I feel like you know who you are, my pal fours, and you're ready to step into full alignment. Like, you just want everything laid out. You want the truth. I feel like you're a vibe. You're one of those people that it's like you come through and you clear things up. And sometimes people don't like that. They don't want to see it. They don't want everything clear. Some people like the fog, but I feel like you bring clarity as well as seek it. And you're very, very, very old energy. I feel like you have self-healing gifts that maybe either you tapped into or you need to think about. Not even necessarily getting into healing for others, but for self. I'm hearing for you. This pile's giving me self-care needed. Um, so anyway, let's see how you can create a better karma. Create better karma. So you have Altar of Earth, limitless prosperity. I do feel like this pal has had experiences with lack in this lifetime. Um, and you have to get into this vibration of knowing that the earth is abundant and that you're meant to be blessed. Like, I feel like this pal is supposed to be prosperous. I feel like some of you may struggle with addictions to money, like just needing to make money. Maybe it'll get you into uh jobs that are beneath you, gambling too much, accepting pay that's beneath you, um, or charging way too much. Um, yeah, I feel like a energy of lack, getting into an energy of prosperity, that is what's needed. That will change your karma. Um, yeah, because that can mean on all levels. Maybe you eat a lot because you're not sure where your next meal is gonna come in. You know, maybe you do drugs or you're drinking alcohol because you're trying to cope with something else deeper that you need to look at this time. Okay, you have to get into the energy that this planet's abundant, even in love. Even when you feel lonely, you know that you got your spirit team. And yeah, you got to get into alignment with the energy of limitlessness. You have Creature of Earth, take charge. It's a lot of earth energy. That's money. So I feel like a lot of you here may have addictive behaviors that get in the way of your money. Maybe you're spending a lot on smokes. You're spending a lot on coffee, or you're spending a lot on uh for some of you I saw plastic surgery. Maybe you're spending too much on foods and things that aren't really necessary. Okay. And the loner. This is like the hermit. Isolation and introspection. So how do you create better karma at this time? You need to pull your energy back. You need to go within for a little bit. You need to do some spiritual work, some soul searching to find out why you have this addiction to whatever it is that calls to you. It could even be an addiction to wanting recognition from certain people or a certain community where you keep going after the same job or same career that's giving you nothing, but you're addicted to the love or the recognition of that community. You know, addictions can come in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. But now it's time for you to take charge of yours. It's time for you to shift into a more spiritual and less materialistic vibration. Yes, getting into the energy of prosperity connects you to material wealth as well. But as you can see, they're showing wealth in the form of earth's abundance and gifts and blessings. And that's what you have to start to get into alignment with, the energy of the abundance of the planet. And then you'll start to see prosperity flowing in, or whatever it is that you value that you felt you lacked that caused you to create an addictive coping mechanism, sorry. All right. So, do you need to release? What else do you need to release? What is it that needs to be released? We have it is what it is, and that's a closed door. So there's some things that you need to accept, that they just are what they are, or they were what they were. It happened. There may be some things from your past that still linger in your mind that cause you to turn to coping mechanisms. I'm also hearing that many of you may have friends that, or lovers that have addictive behaviors. Um, until these behaviors have been dealt with, it's like going to be difficult for you to walk away from doors that have been closed. I feel like sometimes the addictions can be to cope with this, but what it's saying is that there's a need for you to release, to let go of your expectations and realize that some things just are what they are. And it's time for you to, instead of having reactive behaviors, reclaim your power and start to respond to the things that happen in your life with a little bit more introspection. Okay? You have quieting the mind, introspection, what I just said. Yeah. There is a need for you to go within. Whenever you feel like turning towards a coping mechanism, let it be meditation. Let it be something that calms you and gets you out of your head and puts you into your heart. Creation, soul expression, something new. So I do feel like there is a joy in creative work for you. There's something you do, even if it's gardening, like she's doing, or visual art. Um, a lot of work with the earth for this pal. You might find that you're drawn to do things that get you outdoors and into nature, or around plants and trees, or um, natural bodies of water and stuff like that. Maybe you even might find yourself wanting to move into that type of environment. But anyway, there's something you're meant to give birth to. For some of you, maybe you're wanting to give birth to something, but an addictive behavior is in the way of that. And when you clear that out, what you want to grow and create will grow. And you have connections, partnerships, contracts, and commitment. So a lot of you guys may find, and I am feeling that big, that there were partnerships that you might have been kind of using coping mechanisms to deal with, and it's time for old connections that are no longer serving to get out of here. Contracts that don't match your level of commitment and the value you bring to the table need to be out of here. Because I feel like at this time, your guides are trying to bring in the right connections, almost like creations, the right connections. So some of you might be pregnant or gonna get pregnant and have a child, or create something that's gonna be brand new to this world. Maybe some of you are gonna help people who have addictive behaviors, but that just popped up. But I see contracts coming in for you and partnerships that are going to bring in limitless prosperity for you. But first, there's some inner work you have to do. Checking in with your soul. What is it you want? What is it you want to bring to the table? And then accepting that which is not for you. Yeah, and that'll bring in that clarity. So once you clear this karma, which seems to be, I really feel like there's been addiction in your family somewhere in this lifetime. Maybe in a past lifetime you've also had addictive behavior, because this is a past lifetime card, but it also lets me know that energy is in your DNA at this time. So you might find yourself struggling with that at times, but just know you're getting help and assistance. And that meditation is the number one they're saying for this pal. Quieting your mind and getting into nature and focusing on um, doing something that you love to bring to life, like just giving life to plants and gardening and maybe cooking. I'm seeing for some of you could be something like that, creating something or a work of art. Um, so what's gonna come in once this karmic energy has been cleared? Happiness. You'll be happy. That made me smile. This pal, you've had a lot of dark nights of the soul where you've gone through shit that you just felt like you was all alone in, and now you're like, they're telling me to isolate myself again. But yes, because those connections you made at that time were meant to teach you something, meant to magnify where you have addictive behaviors so you could reclaim your power. And now the connections coming in are deeper and more connected to the prosperity that's meant to come in for you. This pile is meant to be prosperous. You just disconnected from the prosperity because you're seeing wealth in one way and not realizing that wealth can show up in so many different ways. Or you do realize, but you're you're not accepting it as it's showing up for you. And your life purpose will be obvious to you. That's everybody's dream. Wow. Your life purpose will come in and you'll be so happy. It's going to transform your life. Change your life. Wow. So what's your next step is to deal with any addictive behaviors, any behaviors that are not conducive to where you want to be and go, and reclaim your power over them. Meditate, clear your mind, and speak to others who who can offer you clarity and guidance. Also, I see you working with someone who can help you learn self-healing techniques. So think about that. It may help assist you, in releasing some of your addictive behaviors. That's what I got for you, my pal. Boards? Up to 4. Wow. I hope that this resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe. Read the description, everybody, because it's always something new there about how you could join a workshop, book a reading. Find me every week in my private Facebook group, live, offering you some energy, some light energy. All right? I'm sending y'all so much light and love in your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. And I'll be back with Pal 5. See ya. Hey, Pal 5. I'm sorry, I started getting messages as soon as I put your pal in front of me. You were drawing the Archangel Metatron. I love Archangel Metatron. Ancient wisdom and understanding. Why do I hear my son waking up just as I get to this pal? It's been quiet all this time. Now they stopped cutting the grass, and now my son's waking up. There's something that needs to awaken in you, I'm hearing. Maybe there's a need for you to tap into some ancient wisdom and understanding. Maybe you're running from a spirituality or belief system that is different from what you grew up in. We have citron here as your crystal, and it's in an arrowhead form. It feels like you're being pointed in the direction of your joy and happiness, and also prosperity, because citrine does bring in prosperity, like prosperous energy. Wait, let me sip some water. All right, so let's go. How do you create better karma? I do feel like you have a deep connection to religion, knowledge of various religions. If you haven't been studying religions or a specific one, you should think about it. How do you create better karma? And Pal Fives, Father of Earth, generosity. I feel like this is my pal of teachers. You're supposed to be sharing knowledge or teaching in some way, giving of something. Because the Father of Earth, Father of money, is a giver. Very loyal, very supportive of those that he governs or takes care of. So you want to change your karma, you want to create better karma, give of what you have. Maybe you have things in excess, clothing you don't wear, give it to charity. Maybe you have some extra money, give it to charity. Give it to a homeless person you see outside. Go give some food, work at the soup kitchen. Some form of giving will shift your vibration. I'm also feeling like teaching, sharing of your knowledge as well. The High Priestess, intuition and knowingness. Yeah. You are intuitive. And there is an aspect, maybe you're meant to be giving readings. Some of you should be doing intuitive guidance. Maybe you just need to take a certification course or do some extra book reading to really connect. But yeah. And those of you that haven't grasped these ancient wisdoms yet, it's telling you that's what you need to start learning. Root of earth, inspired action. Yeah, where you feel guided. Okay, I feel like some of you, all right, you want to create better karma, you have to follow where you feel guided. And I feel like you are prosperous and maybe you don't see it. You have enough to give. Maybe you don't see the knowledge you have being a wealth of knowledge. Maybe you don't see your intuition being something of prosperous energy, but you have a lot to give and you're not giving it. That's where you create better karma. Is to stop holding back your knowledge, your wisdom, or stop not going out there and getting the knowledge and wisdom that you need in order to step into the power that you're supposed to be in, because you're very powerful, especially when it comes to um your spiritual gifts, this pal. Okay. So let's see. What's this last thing you need to release? What could be in the way? So we have wish upon a star. Like you're losing, it's like some kind of disconnect a little bit from your trust in your guides. Um, you need to release this energy that when you wish and want something to come in and it doesn't come in the way that you thought, that it didn't manifest. Um, I do feel like this faith you have is undying, and that they're like, keep it. Like, don't release the faith that you have, but release the need for it to show up a certain way. Okay? A merry motive. I'm going to read you this card. It's almost like they're just telling you to follow where you feel happy. What is making you happiest? But this is giving me the energy of alchemy. So give me a minute. I'm going to come back there. All right. Relaxation, peaceful pursuits, and happy times. You need to take a break as well, my pal fives. Perhaps you are pursuing um wisdom, knowledge. Maybe you're sharing and teaching and trying to do all these different things and workshops. And what'll make you happiest right now is if you had a break. You need to relax. That'll help you also creating better karma, because you're building up the same karma of not trusting in your guides by pushing too much. Ascended masters, they came through to say, yep, devoted spirits with specific intentions. Your guides came through. So at this time, a lot of the other pals had ancestral energy and starseed. This pal, ascended masters, they came through. And archangels. Okay, so very spiritually connected, pal 5. You are to spiritual guides. You're very connected, okay? And they want you to acknowledge your connection to ascended masters, whichever you feel closest to. It could be deities or Risha, it could be Prophet Muhammad, it could be Mother Mary, it could be Magdalene. Um, there's so many. They're all like slipping out of my head, but yeah, there you need to acknowledge that you're being guided by these ascended masters. Some of you, if you're in Yoruba, you need to have altars and ceremonies dedicated to them. It's like they're saying, relax on your pursuits for a minute and get more into spiritual pursuits. See your spiritual gifts as your wealth more so than money, actual physical money at this time. That's what you need to do to shift your karma. I'm also feeling that you may be at a level where you're very close to ascended mastery, with this high priestess here, and then the ascended masters coming through. Um, my entire crew is star seeds, so wish upon a star. I already know your star ancestors are coming through. Like, keep the faith, keep the faith, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you to create better karma and to release. The last thing you need to release, and I said I was going to read that to you, right? Merry motive. So the key concepts of that card is knowing your own motives, understanding what drives you to meet your goals, the momentum your attention creates, the wisdom behind your intentions. You've chosen a path, you've set an intention, and you've begun to move toward a goal. You feel compelled to keep going, but do you know the why behind this drive? Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it will make others feel about you or you feel about yourself? You must choose to be in the flow of the experience, relishing the moment. Surrender your expectations to a higher power rather than being guided by your limited self. Wow, and that higher power is coming through and begging you to let them guide. And then your outer world will show you more opportunities, okay, of what it is you want. If you're in a resentful energy, you're going to experience more reasons to be resentful. But if you're in an energy of generosity, you'll be given more things to give, to be generous with. You know what I'm saying? When you look for abundance, it has an uncanny way of multiplying in your life. So trust that the universe will provide the outcome that is a perfect match for your intention. That's why I was saying you have to trust it's going to show up in a way that is best for you. But at this time, there is a need for you to really know why it is you want what you want. You have to get your motives together again. You have to make sure it's not just a pursuit for coin or recognition, um, but a pursuit for actual understanding of something, or a sharing because of what it does for you or for others. Okay. So once you get that together and into alignment, what can come in? Family. You've been seeking some stability when it comes to family, and some of you, I feel like, have just been looking for that spiritual family, that tribe. That's what can come in. Once you finally relax, trust your ascended guide masters and your archangels that got your back, and pursue happiness at this time, and only pursue things that spark something in you, that give you purpose, higher purpose, okay? Not just for financial gain, but gain in other ways. Gain that helps heal you as well as the world. And your family life is going to improve. And so are your friendships. That's interesting. So for you, if you've been wanting to feel secure in a family, you've been wanting to feel you could trust your circle, you want friends that you could just do things with, have fun with, have the same goal with, that you could be generous with, that are generous with you, that you guys take inspired action together, that maybe you're both intuits and you all can read each other, and there's a blessed friendship circle coming in for you, or just a friendship, and a blessed family unit foundation that's coming in for you. And this could be blood or spiritual family as soon as you clear this karma. So, your next step, connecting to the ancient wisdom. Okay, why are we dark? Is this card? Okay. Well, connecting to the ancient wisdom and understanding is going to assist you, and tapping into your joy. I feel like you need to connect to what sparks your happiness, what sparks your joy. And I do feel like it's a connection to some form of ancient wisdom that you have a deep understanding of. And what you need to do is to continue to learn more about it, expand your knowledge, but also not be afraid to share it, okay? To assist others in finding their way as well. Oops, sorry. So that's what I have for you, my pal. Fives. Yeah. Interesting. Real different twist from the other pals. Yeah. All you need to do is maintain your faith and trust in your guides, and reconnect to your motive. What is driving you forward? And then watch. There are a lot of threes in this pile too, I'm noticing. You know, 39, 39 twice. 39, 39, 3. So, I would say probably in the next 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months, this is going to start to activate once you get all of this cleared and balanced and aligned. And that's what I got for you, my Pal Fives. I hope this resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, remember to subscribe to the channel, and everybody read the description. It tells you about how to book personal readings, join my workshops, find me on my private Facebook group platform where I'm live every week with the weekly vibe. And yeah, it also, you can find out how to join me on my retreat, Bonessa, to Guinea, West Africa. It's going to be life-changing, and I welcome all of you, especially this group here. You guys are like this spiritual group that really has more ancient wisdom to learn and to share, and I would love to have your vibe there so you could join my spiritual family, and maybe we could be that spiritual friendship bond that's coming in for you, and you can relax and have some happy times. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I'm sending you so much light and love in your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of my family of light. Until next time, bye.